All right. Oh, well, let me turn that off. You don't need to see that there. My face for the placeholder in case Dan joins. Um, there we go.
You know. I mean, whatever you want.
Stephanie
Hi,
from like
everybody.
two or 3 years ago. Welcome to another night of the Forsaken, which is every Monday night here on Mapbird Streams at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. For those joining who have joined us before in the past, we've been stopping the past few weeks around midnight because I have to get up at 6 in the morning, at least for the time being. So, yeah. So we'll be going until probably like midnight or a little bit after. But welcome. We're glad to have you. Welcome, players, and welcome those in chat. Let me just double check levels here. I think we're fine. If the music's too loud, just let me know in chat, and hopefully I'll see it. If anyone in playing sees someone saying the music's too loud, just let me know. Yeah, so we'll just hop right in here. This is episode 83 of The Forsaken. Gosh, we're only like, what, 17? 17 away from, yeah, 100.
Woohoo.
It's exciting.
Wow.
If we make it that far.
Maybe you'll make it,
Yeah.
maybe you won't.
Will we ever get back to Baron?
That'll be episode
No.
100.
See,
the
now
end.
that's the one episode 100 special.
we should
We
make,
finally.
if we
Turn to
ever get the shop back up, we should have a t-shirt that says Baron or Bust.
Nice.
With
So
Baron crossed out and just bust circled.
since since I've been kind of slacking the past few weeks, I don't have another summary for last week's episode, so we'll try to wing it. So our group last week, let's see, you had just found Zothora, and or you had just like finished your helping Zothora fight off some ghosts. She took you to her camp, which was just like a small little like kind of just a small little kind of encampment there against the rocks where she had makeshifted some barriers, and it was a very cramped space, very small, but everyone was able to have a fairly decent time, like getting out of the wind at least from the little barriers that she had put up, and just kind of resting there, talking around the very small, measly campfire, and talking to Zothora, and kind of finding out more about why she doesn't remember anything, or at least hypothesizing why she doesn't remember anything, and her giving her, telling you what happened, that she had just kind of woken up in the midst of the wind, like a few miles away, and had kind of came back to kind of create this encampment and been trying to kind of figure out things since. I think she might have said it had been a couple of days, maybe. And so, yeah, everyone just kind of talked, you chatted, and then after finding out a little bit more about Zothora and why she, and kind of helping her, especially Gerbil, helping her kind of remember things a bit, it seemed like things were starting to click, and she was starting to remember smaller things. Everyone started camping down for the night. And then a few of you reached out to some friends. Kazil reached out to a couple of lady friends that he had met.
All of them.
Yeah, the Jewel, which everyone had just met earlier that day, I think. Yeah, and then also to the weaponsmith back in Lisa Deer.
Yeah.
He
also messaged Column, I think.
What? Oh,
Sorry,
yes.
I didn't mean to.
No,
He
you're
also
fine.
messaged-
No, you're absolutely fine. Yeah, message Column. Who else did y'all reach out to last week? Anyone else?
Scryed on Z.
Oh, yeah, you scried on Z.
Yeah, Scryed on Z, and then Gerbil used his crystal ball to find Jurheim to help Zell's memory.
Oh, that's
And he was
right.
in
As well.
another
That's
dungeon.
right. That's right.
nondescript place.
I don't think that Kazil. I don't know if did he ever get around to reaching out to Colum. I think he mentioned it. I'm not sure that he did though.
Yeah.
he did.
I think we didn't roleplay it out though because it's towards the end. I put Kazil passes message to Cullum. He's in the north in I can't remember. Estrand. I can't read my handwriting. The place, the continent above us, in Dimgunt, on the map.
Right. Right. Exactly.
In the north. I haven't
Okay.
like,
All right. And then after kind of reaching out to people, I think everyone was kind of done with what they had to do for the night and went to sleep. So we didn't really work it out last week because we were ending the end of the session. Spelling of Baron is Baryn. Yeah. So,
Baron or same Baron?
what?
I said different Baron or same Baron.
Oh, the
We
same.
seem to have a lot of Baron
Right. So
in,
many.
in the campaign.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track.
It's so many.
Not to be confused with Baron, the top hat wearing bear. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Good old
gosh.
So we didn't work out watches last week. Is anyone going to be taking watch for the night?
Gerbil definitely
Turbo and
is.
Tegan were taking first watch.
Yeah.
Okay. Turbo and Tegan taking first watch. Oh yeah, I think I told y'all to write it down because you had kind of decided it right before we were ending. So
Last watch for Renarius.
Gerbil and Tegan first. Last for Renarius. Anyone taking the... You know what? We'll say that,
I'll take the middle.
Okay.
I only need a couple hours, so.
We'll say Poe will offer to sit with you. Kind of, yeah. All right. So Gerbil and Tegan, if you wouldn't mind making a perception check for me, please.
Nine.
Eight.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
The two of you are sitting there, and watch passes fairly quiet. I mean, nothing happens. You do. I mean, other than the wind is just consistent, and you can tell that the wind does pick up, and seem to get a little bit, a little bit more severe, slightly more severe as the night continued on during your watch. But you have the little, and you kind of hear, because like she's put up some barriers around, and they're staying still. She's done a good job about securing them. I think maybe Gerbil had helped secure one the night before, and you kind of hear them rattling, but they're still holding in. So nothing else than that. Anything that the two of you want to do during your watch?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Tegan's just in here.
Are you just so this is kind of a small space. I'll say that you were able to kind of keep, like, if you wanted to, unless you wanted to douse it, like a very small campfire going. They said it was just basically like embers glowing at this point. So you could still kind of keep that and kind of poke that, and keep it going. But were you just kind of sitting around the campfire and keeping watch out?
Yeah, if we were in that small enclosed space,
Yeah.
it'd be just,
Okay.
keeping the fire going.
Yeah.
Because you can definitely, like, stand up and move around outside the area, but then you're moving into, like, the wind's going to start hitting you. So,
Yeah.
and you would notice that
Gerbil-
as soon as if you tried.
Yeah, Gerbil would maybe have like stood outside for a little bit.
Okay.
Just
Make a
surveyed the land
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. Let's go.
As you kind of were like, I'm just going to go and stand out here. You go and try to stand up against the wind, and at first it's okay, like you're but you start to notice, what was your roll?
17.
Okay. Yeah, you start to notice a little bit of fatigue, but you're able to, but you can definitely kind of notice that the wind kind of picks up a little bit over the next like 3 or 4 hours. 3 hours, I guess. Okay. All right. So watch passes okay. So on to the middle watch, which is Poe and Pixarin. So whenever you're ready, Pixarin, just make a perception check for me. Poe will make one as well.
Who's Poe?
Polo?
Polo, that's
Polo?
it.
Polo.
Yeah, Polo.
Hello.
That was my
I
fault.
assumed Polo.
Is there a mouse
Nickname.
named Poe somewhere?
Edgar Allan
No,
Poe.
I don't think so.
You said perception.
Yes, perception.
I got scared of, like, are there Teletubbies in this world? It's like, I'm not ready for that emotionally.
17. And she's kind of pulled out her dulcimer a little bit, kind of strumming softly.
Okay.
Kind of ping, 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 ping.
You said you rolled a 17.
Yeah.
Polo got just like probably a 5 after with modifiers. So Polo is very distracted, probably by your playing, Pixarin. You
Which
look
is
over and you just see Polo just kind of like in rapture, just like looking at you. That's a really it's really pretty melody.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Have you played for long? Have you done this a lot?
Well, not really. Just a little bit of time.
No. Well, that's it. You do a great job. Great job.
Thank you. Do you want to try?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So you hand the lute. It's a lute, right?
The dulcimer.
Dulcimer. You hand the dulcimer over to
It's gonna be very.
Yeah. So you kind of help to kind of guide it over to Polo, and he kind of has to like sit it kind of like a piece of it on his lap, and the rest of it just kind of like sprawls out.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll start kind of plucking at it, and Pixarin, it's surprising. He's not that bad. Not that bad. Seems to
pretty
kind of
amazing.
pick out a little, a little melody at first, and then starts to pick other strings as well, kind of joining a couple of melodies together. And yeah, he kind of stops and just kind of looks at it. Huh.
Not bad at all. You sure you haven't played one of these before?
I haven't. It's the first time. I didn't know I had such musical talent. I wonder,
Huh.
am I? And it kind of looks at you. Did I make the wrong choice? Should I have been a musician rather than a writer? Is this telling me something that I should have that I should do something else?
Well, how about this? You can do both.
Oh.
Yeah, do both at the same time.
Both. Okay. All right. Do they make these smaller? Because this is kind of a lot.
Oh yeah. Here, let me help you.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sure that they do. You'll just have to find one on your side.
I'll have
Or your
to.
sides.
I'll have to try that out. Thank you. Maybe I'll. I wonder what a dulcimer playing vampire would be like. Just strumming away, playing the dulcimer, and then all of a sudden, someone comes up and they're like, "Hey, that's a really nice dulcimer you have." And then the vampire's like, "Yes, it is," and keeps playing. And maybe the person is like me and just kind of sits down beside them and starts listening. And the next thing they know, bam! They're bit,
That's right.
and they're a vampire too. And Then you have a whole clan of Dulcimer playing vampires.
Yeah.
I like
Wait,
it. I like
wait.
it. Okay.
Wait. Wait a minute. Oh, okay.
It kind of gets out the roll and kind of like spreads it out because it's truly big and it's like regular sized paper and starts like writing on it.
Okay, you're in the zone, so I'm just gonna pluck along.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so Polo's very distracted during the night. As far as you pictured with that high roll,
She's just like, what the heck? that just turned south real quick. What?
around this conversation, you do notice, of course the wind picks up a little bit, but then it just kind of sustains that kind of intensity for the next 3 hours. But since with the fairly high roll, you do kind of, as you're kind of looking out into the darkness, you do notice, kind of like almost like shimmering shapes moving through, like, and the wind, as I've described before, has all this sand in it and substance, so it's just, you can see some stuff kind of blowing with the wind, and you see these kind of shapes kind of moving amongst it, and not really like on the ground, like it's someone moving around, like walking around, but almost like maybe about 10 to 20 feet above the ground. And you'll see them kind of like, you'll see one kind of dart with the wind and with just a blip almost. Like if you would blink, you'd probably miss it. You'll see one kind of like 10 feet above that, kind of moving in the opposite direction. Almost moving, some of them moving with the wind, some of them moving against the wind. They don't seem to be like moving closer or farther away, but just kind of almost as like they're part of the wind.
The colors of the wind.
Yeah, that.
Maple leaf.
Yeah, do you hear a song? You hear a song on the breeze.
Yeah. Well, I would very much like to cast some fairy fire in that direction.
Okay, all right. So casting some fairy fire.
Giant anglerfish with little antennas, just floating out.
I can't with you.
Okay, all right.
Let's see. I'm gonna use violet light for
Okay.
the outline.
Okay. Oh, just
And any creature in the area when the spell is
Oh, yeah,
cast is
they
also outlined in
definitely failed.
light.
Okay, yeah. So you cast fairy fire, Pixarin, and you do see these little blips that are kind of moving with and against the wind. They do start glowing in this purple. You'll see a couple that aren't glowing, but most of them are. And it kind of helps you to see them a little bit better, even when... And it's almost like that they're weaving through the wind. And you'll see...
Like in and out of the air
Yeah.
itself?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll see, you'll see a purple glow kind of moving this way, a purple glow kind of moving that way a few seconds later. They don't seem to be moving in like groups. The most you'll see together are maybe 2. Yeah, they're just kind of moving back and forth. Sometimes they'll kind of swirl around and kind of go in the opposite direction. But they don't seem to be stopping or, as far as you can tell, really noticing you. They just seem to be kind of moving around.
Huh. Well, at least they make pretty lights. They don't seem to be harmful.
Yeah. Poe just keeps writing.
Huh?
Polo.
Oh, yeah, you're over there talking about vampires and...
And then there's this, and you hear Polo kind of talking to himself,
Well, you know, over there, I thought, you know, maybe there might be some over there, but
Oh,
they don't. It doesn't seem to, you
kind
know,
of
be
stands
harmful
up
or
and goes
anything.
and stands beside, kind of stands beside your foot. You think there are vampires out in the dark?
I don't know. I mean, we've been. Well, you were kind of talking about them, but I just cast a little thing over there to
Oh, yeah, I
see
see
about
'em.
seeing them clear. You see them?
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
going in and out of the air. Okay, I'm not going crazy. Okay. But they
Oh.
don't seem harmful though. What do you think?
If you would. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're like, have you ever seen like the bugs that glow at nighttime?
No, I live mostly underground before all this adventure and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I know that in the jungle, where the dandelions and stuff are, you remember, that there are bugs during certain seasons that will glow, mostly at nighttime or when it starts getting dark, and maybe that's what these are. Maybe they're just really big bugs.
What? Wait. Like like little lanterns? Like
Yeah.
like
They got
torches?
lanterns in their butt.
What? She's gonna lose it when.
I mean, it's true. It's true. Yeah, they got lanterns in their butt, and they fly around, and it lights things up. Not very much. Not as much as these. I mean, these must be really big butts.
Can you use them for anything? I mean, it's light, so.
Yeah, I mean, I know that we have a person that makes like stuff to heal and that sort of thing. They use it for things, I think, but they try not to use too many of them. Sometimes the kids will capture them and put them in jars and kill them. But other than that, I don't really think so. I mean, these might be big enough to ride, though. Wouldn't it be cool to ride something that its butt glowed, right?
So they're light butts. Butt lights?
Butt lights. Yeah, that's it.
Lights, yeah.
That's it.
All right. Well, I don't think they're harmful or anything like that. Yeah, so. I'm not gonna wake anybody else up.
Okay.
I'll tell everybody in the morning.
Polo continues riding until the end of the shift. All right. So, last but not least,
But light.
Rhaenyra. Roll a
Oh.
perception check for me, please.
13. It's a 4.
A 4. Lovely. Rhaenyra. Polo kind of forgot his, it seems like he forgot his document, like the papers that he keeps rolled up on his waist. He forgot them by the campfire. Just kind of, you see it sitting there along with his quill. It must have been really tired. And when you passed Polo going to it, he seemed exhausted. So he must just forgot them here. So you kind of feel compelled to pick them up and to kind of leaf through.
How far away are they?
Well, they're right there by the campfire.
All right. I'm going to pick them up with Mage Hand. And,
Okay. All right, pick them up with Mage Hand. Bring them closer so you can read them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you start reading through this, and it's just enthralling. I mean, it's not the best writing you've probably ever read, but it's there's a lot of vampires, a lot of biting, and kind of, but in a very interesting. He does have a very interesting way of writing. He never makes it. It doesn't seem like it's about like romance. It doesn't seem like it's about horror. Like it seems somewhere in between, like almost a very dramatic take. And a lot of the vampires are magic users, and so that throws a whole different thing into it. And there's something about they come from a kingdom where it rains blood, and from the world above, and it's just. But he writes it in a way that's not terrible. It's very interesting.
Noted.
Yeah. And that's what distracts you during the night. Also, it's just really hard to concentrate with the wind as well. All right. Before we... Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? We're gonna just, of course. Oh, well, that's not that. Juniper. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's okay.
Juniper, so while you're sleeping, you have this weird dream that's, you wake up. Well, in your dream, you wake up and it's very realistic. Like, it seems like you're actually waking up in a cabin on a boat.
I'm sad already.
It's oddly nice. Maybe the nicest cabin you've ever been in on a boat, because I'm sure you're probably used to kind of more group sleeping, or sleeping in like the I don't know what they call the little beds kind of hanging from in the main cabin. I don't know. Anyways,
Hammocks.
ship talk.
Hammocks.
And hammocks. That's the word. I keep imagining, like, if anyone's ever played the Obra Dinn game. What's it called, Jonathan? Return of the Obra Dinn. That's what I'm thinking of. Very good game. Anyways, so we wake up in this, and it's a small cabin, very small, but it's nice. It's a room where you have a bed by yourself. That's a luxury on a ship. Yeah. What do you do?
Oh, wait, I know this. This is from Anastasia. Let's see. So, and the bed is empty, right?
Yes.
Okay. Does she know she's dreaming?
Make an intelligence check for me.
Oh, okay.
You hear, as you're trying to decide whether you're dreaming or not, you hear some, like, footfalls on the ceiling above.
7.
This really feels like it's actually happening.
Okay. Yeah, she'll just kind of look at the empty bed, and then head towards the footsteps.
Okay. Right. They're coming from the ceiling above you, so you exit the cabin. The door's closed currently.
Okay. Yeah, she'll just kind of take in the details of the room, see if it's just try and take it all in. I mean, she appreciates a nice place to sleep anytime. So
as you turn around and you start looking at the room, there's a picture on, like, a very small bedside table that is a painting of the sea. On the wall, there is another painting of the sea framed. Bigger, of course. You kind of, like, look over to the other wall, and you didn't notice it before, but there's another painting of the sea. And there's a teacup on a saucer sitting on your bedside table as well.
Oh. Well, I must have fallen asleep drinking my tea.
Don't tempt me, Jonathan.
Um,
I would totally make that happen.
Oh no! Oh no!
In
Don't
fact.
do that. Don't. Okay. Is the tea? Is there any tea left in your teacup?
Yeah.
Or that teacup?
Looks kind of like it looks like water.
Is it alcohol? Just gonna smell it.
It smells salty. It smells like the sea.
Like, Okay. She'll leave it, and
In fact, you sit it down, you can almost see it kind of like wave like the sea as well. Like a little wave trimmer. Hi.
Okay. She'll take a closer look at the paintings since she
Okay.
didn't notice it the first time. Are they the same ocean, the same sea? Are they different? Do they seem like they all connect, or just different views?
This looks like different views of the ocean.
Okay. Is there a signature? Does it
Nope.
say Skiles in the corner?
No signature.
Okay. Okay. She'll head to the door.
Okay. All right. And you open the door. It is it's let's see. Okay, yeah. It looks like another room, another cabin room.
It's not what I expected.
So it's almost like a
Okay.
cabin room leading into another cabin room.
Was this? I'm sure this was here. Okay. Are there beds here? Or...
Yeah, there's another bed. It's very similar to the room you're exiting. You look around. On one wall, you kind of look, and you felt like when you walked into the room, there wasn't anything, like it was very bare. But you suddenly look at a wall, and there's a painting framed. This time of almost like. It looks like just a continuous land of like sand and rock.
Okay.
So no water,
No water.
very
yeah.
dry.
Mm-mm.
You look
Yeah.
on the other wall, and there's kind of the paintings seem like in very similar positions as the room you just exited. And as you walk into this room, the door closes behind you. And on the other wall is a painting, and the same thing. Just a lack of water, just sand and rock. Reminds you of like the ground in the Slaughter Glade or even in Rakoth, like very dry.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Just gonna look back at the door. Must be the wind.
Still closed. There's another door on the other side of the room, along with a bed and a bedside table as well.
Okay. I should check the bedside table.
Bedside
if
table,
there's-
same setup, has a small picture framed, and dry land. The teacup is empty.
Well, that's strange, but
Make a perception check for me.
okay. Perception. 15.
The footsteps you heard above you in the room previous, in this room seem to be getting louder, and you start to hear yelling, like sounding like it's coming from top deck.
Oh,
If you're
Well,
indeed
may-
on a ship.
maybe we've been boarded. I should probably stop talking to myself. She's gonna rush to the door and
Rush to the other door. You go to open it.
Mhm.
And it's about the same. The next room is the same size as the room you're just exiting, but there's nothing. You step in.
We've been robbed.
The door closes behind you. There's no bed. There's a door on the other side of the room. There's no bed, no bedside table, no paintings on the wall. But it seems like that there were once things there.
Okay.
You'll see kind of like scratches and where the bed used to be. Maybe a little bit of the floor looks the wooden floor, underneath you is a little bit discolored, or lighter or darker there where the bed used to be. On the walls, it looks like that it's had like 2 paintings removed, 2 squares that are in the same place as the 2 rooms before.
I'm sure this belonged to some crew. I'm sure they left at the last port.
Make another
Can't-
perception check for me, please.
23.
Okay. The sounds upstairs are you hear gunfire along with the more footsteps, more yelling. You start to see as you kind of like look up to kind of like place the sound. You start to see a little bit of like water leaking. It looks like from the floor above, starting to seep down the walls. And as you're standing there trying to figure things out, you hear the sound of the ocean coming from somewhere around you. And then the door in front of you that you haven't opened yet opens up, and there's a hallway leading to a staircase going up with light shining through. You'll see some shadows kind of passing from above, from that stairwell. And the sound of the ocean, you realize, is coming from your bottle.
Oh. Okay. Like,
Now, make a wisdom saving throw.
okay. 15.
Okay. Oh, okay. Juniper, you get the distinct feeling that you have one choice to make here, and only one, as only one's going to be available to you. You can either, you have 2 choices, I guess. You can choose one.
It's very reassuring.
You can either, you have this gut feeling where you can only choose one of these 2 things, and then that's your choice. That's what you have to live with. You can either continue down this hallway and up the stairs. The sounds of fighting above you and the water keeps seeping down the walls. And you'll see some kind of splashes of water kind of come down from that opening on the staircase and kind of splash down the stairs. Or you hear that sound of the sea coming from your bottle. Very reassuring, comforting.
Does she have her sword at her side? Does she have any weapons on it? I can tell.
You have the hilt for your sword, but your sword's not there.
Wow. I was not prepared for this. Just kind of standing in the doorway. God. Just gonna listen to the ocean. And run down the hallway.
Okay. All right. Juniper, you wake up in your, in your little sleeping bag or whatever. Wake up to the sound of the wind, but you're not feeling it because you're laying down. You wake up and you look around and you see everyone else sleeping. And hear Polo going on about vampires a few feet away.
Wow. What? Wow. What? She's gonna just roll out of her bed and like. Is she? What? She's sweating? Is she wet? Is she? Does it smell like the ocean?
No, it doesn't smell like the ocean.
She really wants to go back to bed.
You can certainly turn over and just go back to bed for sure.
She'll just kind of sadly climb out of her bedroll and look at her bottle and walk out to the fire. There's no going back to bed now. She knows that much.
All right. Pixarin, when you're sleeping that night, you...
I didn't do it.
You wake up not where you went to sleep, not at the their small little camp, Zolthor's camp, but you wake up in an inn room of sorts, familiar only in the way that most inn rooms look. Seems modestly okay. Not really that dirty, but also not, amazing. Simple bed, bedside table. There's a weird painting of animals on the wall, like a farm. Candle, window, small window. And, you do kind of notice that the window is open and Garnet is gone.
She is going to get up as quickly as she can and go to the window to see if Garnet is anywhere in the vicinity of the window.
As you stand up from the bed, Pixarin, you notice it's warm in here. It's, you have the candle burning and you step over to the window and it feels cooler outside, but for some reason this room is warm, very warm. And it wasn't like there weren't a lot of covers. It wasn't like you were under blankets of wool or, fur. It just feels very warm, oddly. But you go over to the window and look. Don't see Garnet. Clear night. Just kind of looking over some pastures. A little bit of a red tint to the sky.
In the world? It's been kind of hot in here. Is there a door?
Make a wisdom saving throw, Pixarin.
We should just jump out the window. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Fine.
Wisdom save. 26.
Okay. All right. Pixarin, you definitely feel this room getting hotter, and but you also feel like something's about to happen. You feel kind of like a sense of danger as the room kind of slowly gets a little bit hotter and a little bit hotter. And you kind of look towards the door, and you can kind of sense that the danger is going to come from the door.
She's gonna take out her sword, but she's just I'm melting, and start moving towards the window and away from the door.
A flap of wings as you move towards the window, and kind of swooping in, almost barely missing your head as it does so. It's coming in with a bit of speed, Garnet flies in and drops something on the floor from her claws before kind of flying over to one of the little posts on the bed and landing.
Where have you been? I was looking for you. Oh, it's hot in here. She goes to look and see what Garnet dropped. What's this?
It is a gemstone, a very familiar gemstone. It even before you pick it up, you can see that it looks exactly like the gemstone that Jocelyn gave you as to serve as a sending stone. And as you pick it up, you feel safer. You suddenly the danger from the door starts to fade away a bit. The heat starts to feel less and less intense. You start to calm down a bit. And you wake up. Back at the camp. We'll say that Rhaenyra is on watch. Kind of staring. You see him, if you look over, has some papers kind of floating in front of him. Just looking very, concentrating.
Garnet?
You hear the familiar kind of little screech of Garnet. And you look, and just a few feet away, Garnet's perched on a rock and kind of wrestles a bit, as if resting, and...
Okay. Rhaenyra, you alright over there?
I'm going to drop all the papers. And,
Into the fire.
Oh!
No, I'm so sorry. I did not.
I'm not sitting
you.
right on the fire.
It's a very small camp, Rhaenyra. It's a very small camp.
I'm in my hut. I don't have a
that's
fire in my
Did you
hut.
take it to the hut?
Yeah.
Is there enough room for that hut?
I think
I think he did it
that
kinda
you can go
outside.
Yeah, it's outside of the.
Okay.
Okay. The papers are fine.
Save the papers.
Save the papers.
Save the papers. Save the world.
So would she see you, Rhaenyra?
Actually, I don't think she would see the dome.
You would see the dome, yeah.
Okay.
She would see inside the dome until she entered it.
Okay. So you see the dome, you would know probably Rhaenyra is in there, given that he does this every night.
Yeah. Kind of his thing. Likes to have a little bit of alone time in there, too. How long would you say the dream has been? Or
How long the dream was, or how long it's been since you woke up?
how long has it been since I fell asleep?
Oh, since you fell asleep. I mean, it would have been at the end of your watch, so, I mean, it looks like morning's breaking, so, yeah, maybe a couple of hours, an hour and a half.
She's gonna try to settle back down
Okay.
for a few minutes, try to fall asleep, but she's
Okay.
all right, heightened
Yeah,
on her guard.
yeah. Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you.
Gerbil.
Smite it from above.
You find yourself in your dreams in a field of sunflowers. Familiar. But make a wisdom saving throw for me.
No.
Jonathan.
Wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a 10.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you, you find yourself in this field of sunflowers. Very familiar. Looks very similar. If you can pick out a field of sunflowers from another field of sunflowers that looks similar to the one that the group visited, a while ago. And you don't feel, I don't know. How do you think Gerbil would feel normally if he suddenly found himself here in a dream?
He'd feel very surprised and then melancholy for
Okay.
obvious reasons.
You're surprised, sure. The melancholy, you expect it to be more, but it's not. You feel a little bit of sadness, but not to the extent that you would expect yourself to. Maybe even a little bit of peace, but and it seems, being here for the first time since that day, that seems surprising to you to feel that way, but I don't know. It's a very sunny day, and the sun, it seems to be maybe either later in the day or earlier in the day. The sun's kind of sitting a little bit low in the sky. Sky is a clear blue, hardly any clouds. The things in the distance look similar to what you remember from the other field of sunflowers that you were there. You don't see the statues of the hands or anything like that, but kind of like the if I remember correctly, like the light, the hills. I think there were some rolling hills. You saw a few houses and far away, but towards where the sun is either rising or setting, you can't really tell. There's no other colors in the sky to give you any clues. You see a figure, like a long way, like a far ways away. So you only see a silhouette. Doesn't look too tall, but maybe, what's your height, Gerbil? Like 6 or 7?
7'8".
Okay. This figure then would be probably
What?
about, okay, probably like maybe 4.5 to 5. But given the height, it's a little bit stockier. You can tell that. If it's a human, or it could be someone very well, very muscular. But you see the silhouette several feet in the distance. Make a perception check for me.
Mm. 11.
Okay. You look down as you're trying to figure out what that figure is, and there's a compass in your hand that's spinning.
Does it stop spinning?
No, oddly enough, it doesn't.
Is the figure still there?
Figure is still there.
Hello?
How loud do you say that? Do you say it? Are you yelling it?
Probably not yelling it, just loud.
Okay.
Just under yelling.
Okay. What did I do? Okay. You don't hear a call back. But something about this figure seems very familiar.
We'll start slowly walking towards it and
Okay.
hello? Do I know you?
So say this figure is about, we'll say 50 feet away. How close are you wanting to walk?
Probably about, maybe 10, 15 feet.
Okay.
Just as it's like I can see them better.
I would say by the time that you get to 30, make a fresh perception check for me, please.
Okay. Ooh. 16.
Okay. By the time that you get to about 30 feet, you, just as you notice that this figure looks like a bugbear. Shorter bugbear than you've ever seen. It's still hard to tell features because of this way that the sun is kind of sitting behind it. You can see some brightness and lightness here and there, but you can't place exactly what they look like, or it's even hard to place age, really. But they are short, shorter than usual for bugbears, about 4.5 to 5. And wearing very interesting clothes you've never seen a bugbear wear. It looks more human, robes and just, not that bugbears don't wear these things, but it's just not what you've seen amongst the bugbears that you've known growing up. Seems a little strange to you. There's just something different yet familiar about them, and just as you're starting to kind of piece together things, you look down. The compass kind of catches your eye, and you glance down, and it stops and on north. And you wake up.
Was north pointing at just the
Yes.
short bugbear?
Yeah. I'd say you would have noticed kind of a long braid on them as well.
Like hair braid?
Yeah. Oh my god. Is there anything that you want to do? You're back at the camp. Wind howling. I'll go ahead and say, oh, you were first shift, so I'll go ahead and say that, you know what? Why not? You wake up and you hear Polo going on about vampires in the distance. You know, I mean, it's a small camp, so they're not very far away, just feet. And Pixern kind of like, yep. And you look over and see Juniper kind of wake up around the same time.
Ah. Just like that.
Bad dreams, am I right?
Yeah. You too?
I don't know. Gerbil will check his bag and see how Tulip's doing.
Immediately disengaged.
Oh, he can still chat. He's just checking on his.
Tulip seems a little unsettled, but seems to try to be sleeping.
It's like Junie just realized he was 7'8".
How tall is Juniper? Like 5?
Yeah. He's just gonna go back to bed. No, she's just sitting by the fire now, or will after that. Just pacing, hoping that the sound of Polo's anything will put her to sleep.
Gerbil will kind of sit kind of like far off in a corner of the camp and just kind of like
I mean, it's
stare
kind
at
of
the
hard to
fire.
do. I mean, it's very
I know, yeah.
small.
He just like turns his
You
back.
go over to Rhaenyra's thing, you might have a little bit more room there than you would
No,
here.
okay. I guess he won't like get up and move because that would draw attention. He's just gonna kind of sit and just kind of stare at the fire, and like every now and then his eyes will like kind of like dart towards Zell, then dart back real quickly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Zell's still asleep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's very confused, and he's gonna look. He doesn't have a compass randomly in his bag now, does he? He doesn't own a compass, right?
Are you gonna look?
Yeah, he's gonna just look at the bag, make sure he doesn't have a compass of some kind. that
There's a
he's
compass
forgotten.
there.
Oh,
And it looks exactly like the one in your dream.
I pick it up,
Okay.
dude.
Seems like a regular compass that you can tell first glance.
Do I have any memory of how this compass got my possession?
Make no.
Okay.
I won't make you roll for it. No, you don't.
All right.
This is new.
Is there anything any distinguishing marks on this compass?
Make an investigation check.
Ooh, Gerbil is so good at investigation. Oh, dirty 20.
Okay.
I rolled a
Alright.
19.
You're kind of like looking it over, looking at the back and the front. On the back, you see carved along the bottom. It kind of has a gold backing. It's nothing fancy, but just, not a trash compass either, about medium. And on the back, etched in, kind of going along the edge of the circle, it says the Northern Crown Trading Company.
Ever heard of that in Osbergen?
Make an intelligence check for me to see if you can piece this together with something.
16.
Maybe from the map for Dimglund?
He's gonna stare at the compass for a little bit, and
I'll also say that kind of painted on the face of the compass. Let me pull up something here. Painted on the face of the compass, kind of in the bottom portion of it, there's a little, like, almost like a hand-painted mountain range. Very tall mountains. And that is inside of a triangle.
He's just gonna kind of like just sit there, think, look very confused. If anyone like happens to just like glance his way, he has like furrowed brow, and then almost like kind of abruptly, he's gonna pull out his token of Elistray, and just like he's just gonna pray for like just clarity or something. He doesn't know. He barely knows how to pray. He's just like, this magic compass just popped up in my bag, and
Make a religion check.
oh gosh, we're doing Gerbil's best skills. Natural 20.
Okay. All right.
So 21.
Wow.
Gerbil.
I'm gonna roll terrible the rest of the night.
You suddenly feel like looking at this, you pray to Elistray for guidance, and you feel a strong pull to bring out, your map of Dimglund that you have, and the notes that you took, whether you put that on the map, I don't remember, or if you put it in your notebook about the triangles, those triangles that you saw in Column's house.
The evil power.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you bring those out? Do you follow?
Yes. Yes.
You fumble for those and kind of bring them out in front of you, and a rock, a small rock, like a pebble, kind of not like it's being thrown at you, but just kind of like falls because you're kind of against a rock face or like the mountain, and just a small little pebble falls and hits the map. And lands right around one second. Give me 1 second. lands right around that kind of northern. If you're looking at the dim glimpse map, the northern northwest quadrant of Esterwind, Blackmont, and Brazenburn. Lands almost smack in the middle of, well, not in the middle of that, but kind of amongst those mountains, like in between those mountain ranges. If you're looking at the map, lands
Where
there.
the little valley.
Yes.
Is
Lands
between
there.
Rosenburn and
Mhm.
Blackmont.
Yep. Yep. In fact, just a little bit west of the Bee and Brazenburn. And
Just south of the Bee and Brazenburn.
no, just west of the Bee
Just
of the
west,
Bee
just
and
west.
Brazenburn. Yeah, lands there. And you feel a connection between like what's happening with the map and the compass, and of course also your eyes drawn to like where it says the Northern Crown up at the top, but that top west portion, but something about this area. Something about this area is tied in with the compass and what you now associate with the compass, which is your dream.
He's just gonna stare quickly into the fire with the map just out, just wide-eyed. Froze for a second, goes back to wide. It'll probably do that until everyone else kind of wakes up, and then he'll
Okay.
go back to stoic bugbear and shove it all back in his bag.
You have a whole other shift because this is kind of in the middle of the night.
Oh,
I know that's
yeah,
right.
no,
What?
he's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, because you still
That's
have
right, 'cause
Rhaenyra's
Polo-
shift.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's not gonna go back to sleep.
Okay. Alright. So yeah, the rest of you would have Gerbil there kind of staring at notes and things. Gerbil, you would probably be aware of like Zelthora kind of turning, throughout the night. And yeah. So everyone wakes up the next morning. Or is already awake. Juniper, did you ever go back to sleep?
No.
Then I'd say Juniper and because Juniper, you need 8 hours, right? There's nothing about satyrs that you don't. So Juniper and Gerbil, go ahead and give yourself a point of exhaustion. So that just gives you disability disadvantage on ability checks. Disability on ability checks.
Do we still get like? I guess we don't get long rest. So do we heal? Like I don't know. I've never. Or would I do like short rest?
I will go ahead and say since I'll go ahead and give you that you'll heal and stuff. So just give yourself a point of exhaustion and you can go ahead and get your health back. And yeah.
Okay.
Since we have long ass days in this campaign. So well, this one and all of them really, but
Yeah, it's
days
it
go
is
on
week 2.
forever.
Baron was 3 days ago.
Yeah. Another t-shirt idea. We have D&D for days, literally.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the next morning. Wind, of course, is still, howling, but not for those who took watch during the night. It seems to have you went back to how it was the day before, to the severity. It's not too extremely severe. You have the Yeah, I would say that Zolthora probably would have woke up maybe before those of you who slept until morning would have. So she probably woke up like just before morning to kind of like get ready and we'll go over. She seems to have like saved some like coffee and some rations from her pack and starts like trying to like put together some rations to like at least give y'all something, a bite to eat. How did y'all sleep? Did the wind keep you up?
Good, great. No.
Trini's not saying anything. She's just head down, fumbling for the coffee.
She doesn't seem to notice. But...
Yeah. And then goes back to see if Zavar's awake yet.
Zavar, are you awake? Morning?
Good morning. Yes, I'm awake. Excuse me for a moment. And I'll grab my flask and just take a quick little tilt. Okay. Alright. Okay. That is, alright, now I'm feeling better. Good way to start the day.
He just slowly sips her coffee in the tent door. Judging him.
Good
Thanks.
morning to you too.
Yeah. I hope you had an uneventful night. Everything seems to be okay. Nobody woke me up in danger or alert, so I got that a good night.
Thanks for watching my bottle for a couple hours.
Yeah, that was unexpected, but I suppose thanks for the trust.
She just kind of like shakes her coffee cup at him. You want some of this? It's better than whatever's in there.
I mean, I've already had my morning sip. Sure, I'll try some of that.
Just hand it off and then just leave. And just see her tail to the tent flap.
Yeah. Mud.
Yes, Renarius.
Is Polo awake?
Yeah, Polo is scribbling feverishly. So I guess Polo would have woken up. Probably would have you probably would have heard him outside your hut.
Where is it?
Starts like asking everyone there who's awake already. Have you seen some rolled up papers? Have you seen anything anywhere?
Polo, I believe I might have your papers.
Oh, Renarius, thank you. Oh my goodness. I thought that maybe they flew away in the wind, and then I thought maybe a vampire came in. Maybe they don't want the word out that vampires exist. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yes, that was my concern, and I'll hand the papers back to him. I didn't want them burning in the fire or blowing in the wind or spontaneously combusting in some other manner. But I gave him a quick read. You have quite the skill there.
Oh, did you like it?
I did. Normally most of my reading is in the things of magic and nonfiction. I don't find too many novels entertaining, but it was a nice change of pace.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I will. I mean, if I write more, well, when I write more, I'll give it to you, and you can read over and see if you like it. See if there's anything that needs to be changed or anything that doesn't quite fit. You up for the challenge, Renarius?
I would be happy to. Yes, it's knowing the ways of magic. I'm sure I could contribute something to your craft.
Yeah, gonna take it down together. It gives a little pat like on your leg because it's short, and yeah, it'd be great. Well, I'll write. I'll give it to you. You'll be like yes or no, and it'll be great. If I have any ideas, I'll share them with you. And he'll just keep like talking as he turns back to the to Zelthora and the others to get some food.
I will nod as he walks away.
This is your life now.
You give that writer some reassurance. They're going to be right there every time.
Zelthora will, she's kind of eating, a few bites of rations. Well, since everyone seemed to get, a good night's rest, okay. So everyone got to get a good night's rest. What are you planning on, where are you guys going today?
I could be wrong, but what, we gonna go try to get your memories back from that ghost?
Oh, yeah, we can try to find it. Yeah, sounds fine. I don't know. I mean, there are so many out there. I don't know if we'll, see it. But yeah, I mean, if y'all are willing to like come out there and take a look for me at least, like that would be great. I'd really appreciate that. Yeah, maybe we can get them back, Great.
Trevor will turn to Bernays. You were able to kind of locate where it was, right?
The direction.
I mean, of course, that was last night, but
The ghost with Zelthora's memories, yes?
good. Yes. Were you trying to locate something else?
Well, no. I lost track of what you were talking about, though. I apologize, but yes. If it is still in the same area, I would believe that we could track it again. Would you like me to try?
I mean,
Sure. I seem to move around quite a bit. I don't know if any of y'all saw them if you did watch last night, but I know that you types like to do watches instead of sleep. Go figure.
I didn't see much of anything really. I apologize, but give me a few moments and we will get to it.
Got it. Thanks. Zoe will kind of turn to you, Chirple. Did you sleep okay? Everything good?
oh,
Seem a little like weird this morning.
yeah, no, I had some weird dream, but it's fine. It's nothing. How did you sleep?
Oh. I mean, it was kind of weird, like, hearing people talk. I mean, I'm used to, like, quietness. So, that was interesting and kind of like, I noticed you get up a couple of times and other people get up and your group apparently likes to get up in the middle of the night and, either sit around or walk around or, talk about, like, books and vampires and very
we have the jitters.
chatty bunch. But it was kind of nice,
Yeah. They grow on you. Yeah.
I could see that. Sure. Yeah. They kind of look at you. Wow. Did you get some rations? Here. And she'll kind of give you like a little extra portion of rations that she cooked.
Oh.
Here you go. Give you like a little
you.
pat on the shoulder. Not that hard, not that like not like a hearty pat, but kind of gentle.
Thank you. Help.
She'll give you a wink. She turns to, scrape out the pot that she was using.
Gerbil will see the wink and then wait too long to wink back. And she had already turned around.
Yep. Absolutely.
'Cause he had a moment of like, how do you blink? How do you wink?
Absolutely. Yep. And it wasn't even a wink, or was it just like you just blinked both eyes?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
He like, leans forward, blinks the wrong eye.
Yeah. Yeah. She'll see you lean forward, back. What are you doing?
Sorry, just crinking my neck.
Okay. Go over, like, roll up her bedroll. Start, like, folding up the blankets that she let y'all use.
Technically, Gerbil gave his bedroll to her last night.
Oh, that's right. She'll roll up the bedroll and give it to you. Think again.
I mean, you can keep it if you don't have one. That's fine. You can keep it.
No. Are you sure?
Yeah. No, I mean.
What are you?
I'm
How are
good.
you gonna sleep?
Oh, we have extra. I got fur.
You got what? Oh, what did you say? You got what?
Fur. I have fur.
Yeah, I know you got fur. Looks nice and warm, and she'll give like another pat to the shoulder and.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. It's really nice. Thanks, Gerbil.
Anytime.
Okay.
He's gonna like just drink some coffee and then like not stop. And anyone who's been part of the party a long time, you notice this is the first time he's drank coffee because he's always turned down coffee from Kazim, he doesn't.
You want some more coffee?
Sure, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good thing I seem to have thought ahead before all this happened and brought some extra with me, so it works. I'll get you some more. And she'll start making some more coffee.
That plate of pastries is out somewhere, so I can just reach over and grab some and just watch the
Oh yeah,
show.
they used your plate of pastries last week, Pixern.
She was starving.
Totally okay. Totally.
I know for sure Zelthora's getting a pastry or two. So, all right. Anyone else want to do anything for around the breakfast fire?
Gerbil, that is not how you
Both
float.
literal and figurative.
Yeah.
It's getting hot in here. Or not.
Woo-wee.
I just want to sit back and just watch the caffeine kick in and see a bouncing off the walls gerbil.
Yeah. Junie's just kind of, flopped in front of the fire. She's looking up at Gerbil, just shaking her head, sipping her coffee, kind of looking at her bottle, that's twined into her horns, and looks at Gerbil. Zavar, you have any more of that stuff? Just to shake her coffee cup at him.
Oh, you want to have a little bit of my drink?
I think I'm gonna need it to get through this
Oh,
morning.
are you mixing?
Okay, and hand it over. I'll pour some in, no problem. A little more.
Oh God.
Mars flask never ending.
Zavar wishes.
I'm very, careful with how much I drink. I make it last. And refill often.
Here.
So we do have a never-ending plate of pastries. So
Me too. You too. That's true.
Please
To
show
each
me
their
where that
own.
never-ending flask is. I'll take it.
Gerbil, as you're sitting there drinking your coffee, you hear a familiar voice, Lashta. Hey. Heading to the Erebus Empire to see if they can maybe help? Or if they know more. How many words do I have? And then it cuts off.
She's just like the rest of us. Gerbil will like. Oh. Yes. Great. I will check in later and hopefully have more news for you then. Be safe. That's weird.
You doing okay over there?
Huh? Oh, sorry. No, someone sent a message.
Oh.
They're trying to see if they can get help for our, quest mission down on this plane.
Okay.
Lots of moving parts.
Yeah, so it seems.
Yes.
Anyone else want to do anything for breakfast before heading out?
Thinking, well, he would have been up probably towards the tail end of the second watch, since he only had to meditate for 4 hours. So when everybody's sort of like saying, "Oh yeah, we slept great," he sort of gives people sort of like a side eye, like,
because he was watching us the whole time.
He knew.
that he's like, this place is messing with people's minds. And I'll get the first cup of coffee from Zelthora, but when she makes the second pot, I'll be like sitting there, seeing Gerbil get his refill, and he looks on his cup like, I guess I'm going to be wanting on the second one. All right, yeah, I'll get my own.
Nice. Nice. Let me take that down. All right. So,
Junie will make
okay.
sure that Kazeel gets his coffee.
Oh yeah.
Phil has his own coffee.
Thank you, Junie. I appreciate that. And you have a good night.
Nope. She just goes back to the fire, all 3 feet away.
Got it. Okay. So I'm trying to change the music.
Let me sing you a song to comfort you.
Yeah. I'll sing. I'll play something on my instrument here. Not that one. The the musical one.
She'll stop and turn around.
Yeah.
Okay. I barely got to hear you the last time because there were, monsters everywhere. I feel like I heard music last night.
Sorry, I'm trying to find music. I'm trying to find the music to change to, and I'm not finding the one that I want. Tag nabbit. So sorry for those listening, but like the music keeps going back and forth, even if you can hear it. But okay, this is a good one. Okay, all right. So yeah, well, I guess we're ready to go. She'll kind of put out the embers in the fire.
I'll start.
Oh,
casting
are our lizards dead?
For a
Oh
local
yeah.
creature.
Raspberry.
Have our lizards been
blackberry.
possessed by ghosts?
Oh God.
Okay, so a couple of them seem very, a little skittish, a little, like they've seen some things overnight. The rest of them seem okay, And we'll say, let's see here, because they didn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me get out of that.
All the
6.
lizards are just wide-eyed.
6 die. That would be Juniper. Did you have a lizard of your own?
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
lizard is seems like it was a little spooked overnight.
Holding itself,
And
smoking a
Tegan,
cigarette.
you had a lizard, correct?
Correct.
Your lizard seemed like it was a little spooked overnight as well.
What a time not to have speak with animals prepared.
Yes.
Well,
Man, I've seen some things, man.
Yeah.
I saw shapes, but they were changing and they were floating, man.
Sparkly and windy, and man, you people are crazy.
All of a sudden, a couple of them started glowing, and I heard music.
I tasted purple.
Oh my
There's
goodness.
some little voice babbling on about vampires.
What's a vampire?
I don't know, but it's got a glowing butt.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Okay.
weird.
I will try to calm down my.
Make an animal handling check.
I was just going to say I'm going to try to calm my lizard down.
Yeah. Calm that lizard, Tegan.
Oh no.
Tame it. Get it together.
Okay, we'll turn around.
Down, boy. I'll try to.
Make that lizard handling check.
All right. I only see animal handling. So let's see. 19.
Okay, sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand. Mm-hmm. We said 14.
19.
19. Yeah, you're able to calm it down. How do you calm it down, Tegan?
Probably, if it's a lizard, probably scritches right behind where their ears would be.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, okay. All right.
And a little bit under the lizard beard.
Alright. Juniper, are you just dealing with yours and its skittishness, or do you want to make an animal handling check as well to try and calm your lizard as well?
And, she doesn't mind a aggressive lizard, okay?
Yeah, matches Junie's personality a little too much.
She likes a lizard who knows what he wants. It's a raspberry. Her name is Raspberry. She doesn't have patience for this. She doesn't know how to ride this thing. She doesn't
Sure.
want to talk to it. She's just tightening her
Okay.
grip on the reins.
All right.
Sticks it in the nose.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
All right. Nice. Okay. So, Zelthora. Oh man. Yeah. Zelthora just kind of like look at the group. I don't have a lizard. Sorry.
Tegan will put down an arm if she wants to
Oh,
get up on the lizard.
thank you. And she will climb aboard your lizard, Tegan.
All aboard.
Gerbil will
Ow.
get on. Gerbil will get on his and Zavar's lizard, but even though Zavar's been driving it for the most part, Gerbil will get in front.
Okay.
Hop on,
This'll be-
Zavar.
This'll be good.
Oh, are we changing positions? Let me get in behind. No problem.
This is going perfectly. All right.
Is it alright if I held on to your fur? Does that hurt?
Don't. You can hold on to the bag. Not
Oh, of course. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So everyone starts heading out.
Oh wait, do we need Rodarius to cast locate?
Yeah, I summoned
Oh,
my
that's
horse
right.
and then I
Sorry.
casted locate creature.
Okay. All right. There's a roll for that, right? Locate creature. Describe or name a creature that is familiar to you. Okay, I think the I roll because it was kind of iffy on like the whole familiar part. Okay. All right.
Has to be within 1,000 feet.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't feel as pinpointy today, Rhaenyra. It seems like you can definitely, so you cast this and it's showing you these kind of spirits kind of moving around, amidst the wind. A lot more in the distance towards the direction that you remember from the night before, but you're not really getting that sense of direction that you did the night before with it. You are sensing all of these different spirits and ghosts, but not like a specific one.
Got it. I will relay that information to the group.
Okay.
Well, I'm not quite sure where the direction is. I know I can concentrate on this for a bit and maybe pinpoint something a bit later, but I'm not really sure which direction we should go at this point.
Oh.
Do we remember where he pointed when he cast it the night before?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Well, he would remember for sure.
Yeah. I guess just head towards the direction you last, sensed it. And maybe we'll. If I remember right, that was kind of the direction we were heading, anyways.
Yeah, it was in that direction. Yeah. Okay. You said you're all moving in that direction from last night?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Oh.
Yes.
That's what the lizards say when they ride into the desert.
All right. Okay. So I would say that y'all. Let's see here. Let me see how long. Okay. All right. Yeah, so you travel in that direction. Wind is about the same as it was yesterday. As you travel in the direction that Rhaenyra sensed the spirit the night before, and kind of like where y'all were when you kind of like ran into Zolthora, you do feel the wind pick up just a tiny bit as you continue moving in that direction. It's barely noticeable until you get maybe you've traveled for maybe like a half hour probably. No, not even that far, probably like 20 minutes. So you wouldn't notice it too much, but it's as you kind of continue in that direction that you would start feeling it kind of pick up just a little bit. So we are going to, so I'm going to try something different here. As you're traveling, you've seen these spirits, and Rhaenyra is definitely, that they're out there because you did the locate spirit. Pixrin, you kind of have an idea from the night before since you did the fairy fire. So you have an idea that these things are out there, and as you travel, you're looking for this specific spirit. You do run into one or two here that seem to be a little bit. Some of them will fly by you without almost seemingly to notice you or not caring. Almost like they're just traveling with the wind, or others will kind of they'll be traveling with the wind and just kind of stop and turn and approach you. Yeah. The first one you come across doesn't look like Zolthora. However, it does seem like it's wanting to try to attack you. You can either engage as a group or you can keep going. It is just one spirit, and you are on your lizard still. So you see the spirit approaching. I'm assuming that you're kind of staying in a close group with the lizard. So you can talk. You have to speak kind of over the wind, but you can talk amongst each other.
As we're traveling in this direction, is the sense of where that spirit is becoming stronger, weaker?
Maybe a little bit stronger.
Okay. I would suggest we keep going in this direction. I feel that we're headed in the correct direction. I would hate to stop.
Okay.
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 Taking a-
We Dark
yeah.
Souls all like tumble at like
So y'all,
Just, like, get ahead of it.
moving. The spirit kind of whirls around you, but as you continue going, you can see it kind of like behind you, kind of moving with you, like following after you
go
as you're
away.
continuing on. You continue on for another, few minutes, and you run into another spirit. Do you want to keep going? Another one that
Does it
seems
look-
to kind of be approaching you as if it's wanting to start something.
It doesn't look like anybody we know.
Nope. This one here does have a little bit more humanoid features, but it doesn't look like anyone familiar. No.
Tegan will like lean back to Zelthor and say, "If you see anyone that looks maybe vaguely familiar, just let us know. But
Okay.
otherwise, I think we'll move on."
All right. She will. Yeah. Okay. We can do that. All right.
Cousin Lenny.
So the group moves on. So you have a couple of spirits behind you now.
Geraldine.
All right. So the next spirit, there are a couple that start to kind of whirl around you a bit. You have the two behind you that's following. And you suddenly have another one or two that seem to be kind of circling around you. One of them, Cell, is like, wait, is that me? And you look, and one of them looks almost... how are the features? It looks vaguely like her.
I'll immediately point out that one and, mention it to everyone.
Venarius, is that our target?
DM, is that the target?
Yeah. You still having this spell up. It hasn't been an hour yet. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like this might be it.
I believe this might be the one.
All right. So are y'all stopping?
Do we kill it? What do we do with these to retrieve a memory?
Do you think we could reason
I
with
think we kill it, right? Like that's what.
I just I don't know. I can help kill it.
Didn't Kazil say something about if the ghost is destroyed, the memories are freed? I think.
I think so. Yeah, I think we just get rid of it.
Are we engaging?
just
Beginning
one?
of-
I pull out my wand.
Okay.
Is it looking at
The
us?
lizard and
Yes,
and
this is
sword.
one of two that are
Okay.
starting to circle around you. You have the two that are fast approaching behind you. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to do this a little bit differently, since I wasn't sure how many of these that you guys would stop and fight, and I didn't want to be going in battles consistently. Everyone roll initiative for me.
Yeah.
And I'll go through to get what you rolled.
19.
Okay. So, Tegan is 19. Gerbil, what did you get?
11.
Gerbil's 11. Zavar?
$19.
19 as well. What's your dexterity score, Zavar?
17.
What's your dexterity, Tegan?
18.
Okay. Juniper?
15.
15. Oh, rolling good. Pixrin?
8.
8. And
Is-
Renarius?
17.
Wow.
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 Okay.
Wow.
All right, let me see. Okay.
Disappointed there was not one wow in all of Loki.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
He did say at one point, was it how?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that was pretty
Oh,
close.
yeah, it really was. It really was. Okay, so let me pull up. Let me pull up what I need here. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to go through. You all get, it's going to make some trying to make it a little bit quicker. You all get one action, and if you want to move. And the same thing goes for the spirit. And then at the end of like the first round, I'll see where the spirit stands, and it's gonna be it's not gonna be several rounds. It's gonna be just like one or two maybe. So because you do have a couple of spirits here.
Either they die or we die.
So like usually like
TPK,
one
last 30
round
minutes.
per spirit will depend on like what happens after. So Zavar, you are first. So give me what you want to do as far as an action goes, and if you want to move. I mean, the ghosts are kind of circling, so I'm not sure moving would really matter unless you're like telling me like, hey, I want to get several feet away. And you have the sand kind of blowing around you, so you don't have very good visibility. Visibility is about 20 feet at this point.
And gerbil.
Wait, what? Oh.
Yeah, Gerbil's in front of you, so you have a bunch of hair in your face.
Mhm.
I mean,
Sweaty hair.
Even better.
odd. I should hop off the lizard and
Okay.
yeah.
I won't count that as an action, so you can do something else.
Okay. I'll approach the one that. I'll approach the ghost that
Okay.
we want to beat the snot out of.
Okay. All right. So are you approaching the one that looks like Zelthora a bit, or the other one?
The Zelthora.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna punch it.
I'm gonna punch it. Roll for that attack.
It's a 16.
Okay, that hits.
Okay. That's 9 points.
Okay.
Do I get my bonus action as well? Or are you streamlining this?
I was trying to streamline.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I'm done.
All right. Cool. Tegan, you're next. Then Renarius. So
Okay.
tell me if you want to move somewhere and what action you want to take, other than like jumping off of your lizard, which I'm not going to count as an action.
Okay. We might have to get out of here quick. So I'll stay on the lizard, and I will pull the bow. And hold on, I have a feature. I'll see if you want to include this. Since I'm an assassin prototype,
Okay.
you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet.
Sure. Yeah.
And any hit you score against that creature, a creature that is surprised. So I'll leave it up to you to see if, I don't know if it's been watching us, so it may not be surprised.
I'll give it to you.
Okay. And if I score a hit, then it counts as a critical.
Okay.
All right. So attack roll with the bow. Hold on. Attack. Where's the bow? Hold on. Why isn't my bow showing up?
Olo stole your bow in the middle of the night. Turned it into a vampire.
Yep.
doll.
That's what happened.
Oh, that's why. For some reason, I had it unclicked. Okay, with advantage. Uh, 26.
Yeah, that hits.
That hits, so
For
it's
sure.
a crit. So 1d8 for damage, and double the dice, right?
Mm-hmm.
3, 3, 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 damage.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Are you going to stay where you're at, or?
I'll stay with the others.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
strength in numbers. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Rhaenyra and then Juniper.
Do I have a clear line of sight with nobody in my way on any of the ghosts?
Sure. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna fire my wand of wonder and see what happens.
Oh wow! Wow.
We're all gonna
God.
die.
Well,
Yes.
well, hey now.
Okay. All
I
right.
forgot you got a wand of wonder. I'm so happy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Anything could happen.
You
Make it spicy.
roll
Do
that
I
beautiful.
roll a D?
I think so. Yeah, you roll a
Yeah, you
D100.
roll it.
All right, here we go. It's a 28, which gives me. I cast Stinking Cloud.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh,
So
on a poor ghost or two.
20. So everyone, in a 20-foot radius, a sphere of yellow,
Zavar!
nauseating gas
I'm not the first sweaty one.
centered on a point within range.
That's not gerbil. It's not
So
gerbil.
you were
It smells much
centered
better.
on the ghost. So
Thank you.
I'm going to say that just for sake of, since we don't have a map up or anything, that most of you can smell this. The area is heavily obscured. And that will
Yikes.
stay there
Yikes.
for up to a minute.
Start
Concentration.
the rest of combat.
So I'd say-
Am I concentrating?
I mean,
or
that's-
is
Concentrating
the
on the worst
wand-
part ever.
I
I just imagine like
um
it streamlines out of the wand, like.
I tell you what, I will say that it will stay up for a round at least, Rhaenyra, and
Okay.
then we'll say that it, it's completing the cloud at the start of its turn. Must make a Constitution saving throw against poison.
So who is in the cloud?
Everybody.
I mean, I was gonna say for the sake of everything, just everyone.
Gosh.
Action, turn retching and reeling. Creatures that don't need to breathe or are immune to poison automatically succeed on the saving throw. So if you're immune to poison, I don't know if any of you are. You don't.
Or elves.
You're immune.
Yeah.
Where would
Um,
that be under?
Features and traits.
or a moderate wind disperses the cloud. But I'm just gonna have it last for a round. Okay. All right. Rhaenyra, are you moving anywhere? Or are you staying right there with the group?
No, that's it. Just me and
Okay,
the
just
stanky cloud.
staying in the stink. Got it.
Stink cloud.
Juniper. So Juniper, make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh God. Okay. 12.
Is it? What's the
guess it-
DC on Wand of Wonder? Is it
That's
my
so
DC?
Weird. I would assume so.
Oh God.
Does
think
that beat your
I don't know, it
DC,
might have its-
Rhaenyra?
Oh wait. If
Does it have a
it-
stat?
It's 15.
Okay, so you fail.
Great.
So Juniper, you since you failed the saving throw,
Should not have had that alcohol.
you spend the turn retching and reeling.
Does,
Can
does
Gerbil see her?
Blackberry- Does
Seafood.
Blackberry and Raspberry have to also roll?
Yeah, the squirrel also is throwing up.
Oh.
So the two of them are
Good
just
hair.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
the squirrel.
it's a mess. It's a mess.
Oh
It's a
God.
mess.
Junie has never looked worse.
Um,
Oh God.
All right, Juniper, that is your turn. Just throwing up all over the place. So now the ghost gets to go. I'm gonna make this really simple. I'm just gonna have it just reach out to one of you. Reaches out to you, Pixrin. Oh, that's right. Yes, it is.
Yeah, he's within.
Yeah. The ghost reaches out to you, Pixrin, and
High five.
that is a 13 does not hit, correct?
Completely misses.
Okay, so it's a little obscured by and actually that probably would have been at disadvantage anyways. So yeah, it's definitely obscured by the stink cloud, and misses you. You've never been so thankful for stink in your life, Pixrin.
The only time that I'll be thankful for.
Gerbil and then Pixrin. Gerbil, make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ray. 18.
All right, that beats it. You are fine.
Yeah, Constitution, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 18.
It stinks, but you're not feeling sick to your stomach. Even watching Juniper and the squirrel throw up all over the place, you're fine. Surprisingly.
I've smelled worse.
So, just give me an action, and if you want to make any like move anywhere, like far away or whatever.
He's just gonna do the attack action.
Okay.
Pull out his bow.
Okay.
Do I still get my 2 attacks as a fighter? Or are we streamlining it just 1 attack?
Yeah, you get 2 attacks. I don't think anyone else had 2 attacks that had already
Okay.
went, correct? I don't think so.
Alright. So he's gonna shoot the bow. He's not gonna do sharpshooter. Dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits.
So, I'm gonna make that one of my arcane shots and make that grasping arrow. So, let me do damage for all that.
Okay.
So, 6 piercing damage plus plus 7 poison damage, and then where did it go? And then its speed is reduced by 10 feet, and it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each of its turn it moves 1 feet. If it moves 1 feet, it takes an additional 2d6 damage, and the brambles wrapped around it last for a minute.
So it's grappled?
It can move, but it will just take a damage if it
Okay,
moves.
gotcha.
Unless it beats an athletics check of 13.
Okay. All right. So that was like what, 13 damage total, not including the 2d6 for moving. Okay. All right. Are you staying there with the group?
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and shoot the second shot too.
Oh, that's right. Yes, please. Yes, Pixern.
15.
Yes, hits.
15 hit?
Yep.
Okay. Oh man. 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
I'm not using D&D Beyond Brother again.
Yeah. All right. Staying there with the group?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Pixern's your turn, then the ghost, and then Zell. The ghost is in the second ghost because there were 2.
Where is it? I was reading it. Okay. Since you answered that question, I'm going to use this feature. Turn on. Hold on. Where is it?
Should be at the top of your actions.
Okay. Oh. Never mind. I think that might not be a great idea, considering what we're trying to do. I will cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. All right.
Instead of just trying to disperse everything, that would not be a great idea. Trying to just
I do have it sort of grasped with the vines.
you do.
So it'd hurt.
Is it considered
It would
grappled though?
well, not grappled, but every time it moves.
Right, but does
will
it
get
have the
2d6.
status effect of like?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, a creature hit by this arrow takes this damage. Its speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay, so dexterity saving throw for the Sacred Flame, right? All right, and it failed.
Okay, so I'm going
So you have that 2d8.
to 7.
Okay. Great. And I think probably. Are you? Okay. All right. Are you staying there with the group?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So now the second ghost that was around there. Okay. Will attack, and it's going to go after Gerbil. Oh, yeah. Does a 25 hits, correct?
Just barely.
Oh, no, actually... I'm gonna... Since it's not affected by the poison. Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Alright, so it's going to reach out and... with its hand... clawed hand, and is going to hit you for 18 necrotic damage.
How much?
18.
Ow. That's not nice. That's more damage than I took last fight.
Weathering touch. I didn't use it that much. I don't think. It was mostly just
I didn't
trying to
stay
possess
around
people.
any of them. I wasn't close to any.
Oh,
of them
that's true.
last
That's
time, I
true.
guess.
Okay. All right. That's it for that. Zelthora is going to go to end the round and probably our combat for tonight, at least. Where is her character sheet here? I always overlook it for some reason. There we go. Okay. All right. She's going to, well, actually, she has to roll to see if she's going to be throwing up or not. Okay. She's good. I'm going to take out her hand axe. Ooh, she got a natural 20.
Nice.
Oof.
Yes,
Okay,
get it, girl.
so she's of course going after the one that looks like her. So she is going to +4. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. 10, 20. All right, so you see her. I think that she might get 2 attacks too. Does she get? Oh yeah, extra attack. Yeah, so you see her go in for, oh god, okay. Rolled a 20 and a 1 on the other one. So you see her go in for that with that hand axe, and I'll say that y'all did enough damage along with gerbils grasping vines, because the thing is that they move around a lot. Like, these things don't stand still. And so I'm not saying like in a regular fight this would be the case, but with this, I'm going to say that like they're moving around enough to where that really kind of clawed into this one especially. You still have the second ghost that's around, but with this ghost, it looks like Zelthora slashes into it with her hand axe, and even as a ghost and it has a little bit of resistance to this, it just seems to completely decimate it, and it just kind of evaporates into the air. The wind carrying like these almost like ethereal kind of sparkling bits along with it. And Zelthora suddenly kind of like drops the axe and falls to her knees. Wind still kind of like raging around her and around all of you. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Thank you, players. Y'all are the best. Thank you, viewers. Hopefully at some point we can go our whole 3 hours. I'm hoping. But y'all are the best and glad to be playing. So, for those watching, you've been watching The Forsaken, which is every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on Mapbird Streams. We have a ton of D&D content. If you are not part of our Discord, please join. Whereas we have a lot on our schedule, as I'm like trying to find the schedule. We have a lot on our schedule here that I have up on the screen. Some life stuff has kept a few of these things from happening. I don't think we've had a full week where all the streams have happened in a while. So Discord is the best place to kind of find out and to keep up to date as to what streams are happening, what streams aren't happening. But usually, on a good week, we have Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We have D&D 5e content, usually starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And on Saturdays, we have it twice, one earlier in the day at 6 p.m. We have a Wednesday campaign that's currently on hiatus, as well as a Tuesday. Well, the Tuesday campaign's on hiatus as well, I think. And then a couple of the other shows are kind of going to be reworked. So stay tuned. And again, Discord's the best place to keep track of our schedule, our ever-changing schedule. We also have Patreon if you're looking for ways to support. We're having our movie night, Patreon movie night this Wednesday.
Halloween one.
We're watching some Halloween movies. I haven't looked at the poll to see which ones won, but I'm going to be getting some Halloween candy over the next couple of days sometime to like just completely stuff my face while I watch some Halloween movies on Wednesday night. So super excited for that. And even if you're not there to keep up with our shows, join our Discord community. We kind of talk to each other there. A lot of saying good mornings and good afternoons and sharing like photos. Like, we have a great time. I unfortunately, and since I'm not going to sit here and let me just take a quick look here and see if anyone that I know is streaming. Dan's not here. He's usually the one that is like, yeah, I have someone pulled up right now. So you know what, let's raid over to Behold Roleplay, who are actually, looks like they're doing a Mass Effect campaign. They're on episode 24.
Nice.
Cool.
So let's head over there and give them some attention, because that sounds like a great time. I haven't typed in a raid for a while. There we go. Okay. All right. Thank you all again. You're the best. Give a call in the stream once you raid over there. Give them a watch, a listen, whatever. And we'll see y'all next time. All right. Bye.
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 Bye.